Marie Antoinette, last Queen of France, remains one of history's most compelling figures, a symbol of regal opulence and tragic downfall. Her life, steeped in both glamour and controversy, was a whirlwind of extravagant splendor and revolutionary upheaval. From her extravagant court life to her tragic end, Marie Antoinette's story is a dramatic narrative of beauty, power, and downfall. A royal birth and Austrian roots. Born Maria Antonia Josepha Johanna on November 1755 in Vienna, Austria, Marie Antoinette was the 15th child of Emperor Francis I and Empress Maria Theresa. Raised in the luxurious environment of the Habsburg court, she was groomed from an early age for an important marriage that would bolster her family's influence. Despite her privileged upbringing, Marie Antoinette's early years were marked by a certain degree of obscurity compared to her more famous siblings. Her education was typical for a princess, focusing on the arts, languages, and courtly manners. Marie Antoinette's beauty, charm, and vivacious personality were evident from a young age, but she was also known for her lack of various aspects of court life. Her marriage to Louis Auguste, the Dauphin of France, was arranged to solidify an alliance between the Habsburgs and the Bourbons, a political maneuver of significant import. The marriage alliance, a new Queen Marie Antoinette arrived in France in 1770, at the age of 14, a young princess poised to become the Queen of France. Her marriage to Louis Auguste, who would become Louis XVI, was both a strategic and a romantic affair. The opulent wedding ceremony and the lavish celebrations were a preview of the grand life that awaited her at the French court. Upon her arrival at Versailles, Marie Antoinette was met with a court that was both magnificent and unrelenting in its demands. The grandeur of Versailles was matched only by the complexities of court politics. Initially, Marie Antoinette faced hostility from the French court, where her Austrian origins made her a target of suspicion and scorn. The Queen's early challenges, court intrigues, and criticism. As Queen, Marie Antoinette quickly became the center of gossip and controversy. Her extravagant lifestyle, characterized by luxurious fashions and elaborate parties, drew criticism from those who saw her as out of touch with the economic struggles of ordinary French citizens. The Queen's fashion choices, including her famous poof hairstyles and extravagant gowns, became symbols of excess and opulence, further fueling public resentment. Marie Antoinette's relationship with her husband, Louis XVI, was a subject of speculation. Their difficulty in producing an heir initially led to rumors and scandal. The royal couple's private struggles became public fodder, adding to the growing discontent with the monarchy. The Queen's inability to produce an heir for several years led to widespread gossip and criticism. Her perceived failure to secure the succession of the French throne only exacerbated the political and social tensions of the period. Despite the mounting criticism, Marie Antoinette's influence on fashion and style was unparalleled. Her role as a fashion icon was cemented by her patronage of leading designers and her introduction of new styles that set trends across Europe. Her extravagant wardrobe, characterized by sumptuous fabrics, intricate lace, and elaborate embroidery, became a symbol of her royal status and personal taste. One of Marie Antoinette's most famous fashion choices was her penchant for elaborate hairstyles, including the towering poufs adorned with feathers, flowers, and even miniature ships. These hairstyles, while admired by some, were also ridiculed by critics who saw them as emblematic of the Queen's excess. Marie Antoinette's penchant for luxury extended beyond fashion to her surroundings. The Petit Trianon, a charming retreat within the grounds of Versailles, was transformed by the Queen into a pastoral haven. The idyllic setting, complete with a faux village and gardens, was a retreat from the pomp and ceremony of court life. It was here that Marie Antoinette could escape the pressures of the royal court and indulge in her love of the arts and nature. As the 18th century progressed, France was plagued by financial crises, social unrest, and political discontent. The lavish lifestyle of Marie Antoinette and the royal court became a focal point for public anger. The Queen was often blamed for the country's economic woes, despite the fact that many of the problems were rooted in broader systemic issues. The 1780s saw a growing wave of revolutionary sentiment. The economic strain on the common people, coupled with the apparent disconnect between the monarchy and the needs of the populace, fueled demands for reform. Marie Antoinette's reputation as the epitome of royal excess made her a symbol of the monarchy's decadence and incompetence. The French Revolution, which began in 1789, marked a turning point in Marie Antoinette's life. The storming of the Bastille on July 14, 1789, was a dramatic symbol of the uprising against the monarchy and the old regime. The revolutionaries' demands for liberty, equality, and fraternity resonated with a populace tired of inequality and oppression. Marie Antoinette and Louis XVI faced increasing pressure from the revolutionary government. The Queen's attempts to maintain her royal status and the monarchy's power were met with growing resistance. The royal family's flight to Varennes in June 1791, an ill-fated attempt to escape Paris and seek support from loyalist forces, only further eroded their credibility and led to their arrest. Marie Antoinette's life took a dramatic turn for the worse as the revolutionaries consolidated their power. The royal family was imprisoned in the Temple, a fortress in Paris where they faced increasing isolation and harsh conditions. The Queen's personal and political troubles were compounded by the harsh realities of revolutionary justice. In October 1793, Marie Antoinette was put on trial by the Revolutionary Tribunal. The trial was a spectacle of political drama, with the Queen accused of a range of charges, including treason, incest, and conspiracies against the revolution. Despite the lack of concrete evidence and the political nature of the proceedings, Marie Antoinette was found guilty and sentenced to death. On October 16, 1793, Marie Antoinette met her tragic end on the guillotine. The execution took place in the Place de la Révolution, now Place de la Concorde, a dramatic and public symbol of the revolutionary zeal. The Queen's dignified demeanor in the face of her death contrasted starkly with the dramatic and chaotic nature of the revolution. Marie Antoinette's execution marked the end of an era for the French monarchy and was a powerful symbol of the revolution's radical transformation of French society. The spectacle of her death was both a culmination of revolutionary anger and a stark reminder of the monarchy's fall from grace. Marie Antoinette's legacy is one of complexity and contradiction. She remains a symbol of both regal excess and tragic downfall, a figure whose life and death continue to fascinate historians and the public alike. Her story reflects the broader themes of power, privilege, and the impact of revolutionary change. In the decades following her death, Marie Antoinette's image evolved from that of a symbol of royal decadence to a more nuanced and sympathetic figure. The romanticized portrayal of her life in literature and popular culture has contributed to her enduring legacy as a tragic and glamorous queen. Her life and death have been the subject of numerous works of art, literature, and film. Marie Antoinette's story has been portrayed in various ways, from historical dramas to modern reinterpretations, reflecting the continuing fascination with her complex and dramatic life. Marie Antoinette's life was a dramatic blend of glamour and tragedy, characterized by her opulent style, controversial reign, and tragic end. From her early years in Vienna to her final moments on the scaffold, her story is a powerful reminder of the intersection between personal ambition, political upheaval, and historical change. Marie Antoinette remains a captivating figure whose life continues to intrigue and inspire, a symbol of the extravagant and tumultuous world of pre-revolutionary France.